If your goal is to help people out with an awesome customer support experience and you want to position yourself as the expert to them, then why would you give them WordPress training and train them in the very thing that you're the expert at? Well, stick around and I'll explain why I think it's important to. This is Hassle Free Websites and I'm your barefoot host, Justin Meadows. If you're wanting to learn how to make selling websites easier and more profitable for your business, then stick around because you're in the right place. Make sure you hit subscribe so you don't miss out on future episodes. First up, we'll go over why it's important to deliver WordPress training to your clients. So I've found over the years that the very best clients you get are the ones that trust you as the expert. They're the kind of clients that don't have the time or inclination to go messing around in WordPress. They've got more important things to do, and they're happy to pay you to sort out those things for them. So why would I still advocate for supplying WordPress training to your clients? The main reason is asset control. I'm a firm believer in giving your clients complete control of their asset and even giving them the ability to leave our service whenever they want. Of course, I also aim to make my service so good that they never want to leave. And the idea of trying to trap your clients into your services and making it hard for them to leave is just plain wrong. In fact, I go so far as to offer a free migration away from our service and off our hosting. If a client decides they want to leave our service, I want them leaving on a good note. I don't want them leaving with a bad taste in their mouth. I don't want to burn that bridge. I want to leave open the opportunity that they might still refer people to me if they think that they'd be appropriate fit, or that they might come back to our service later on down the track if they found the service not as good in other places. So then how do we go about providing WordPress training? So you can either add your WordPress training service as a free part of your service, or you can put it in as an optional extra in your proposal. Personally, I believe it's better to do a bit of both. So I add a bit of basic training in there for free, included as part of our service, as a way to add a bit of extra value. As Ike Solomon said, always leave a little salt on the bread. Of course, that was back in the day when salt was a big deal. Basically, we're going back to that, adding a little bit of extra value to surprise and delight your clients. But it's also good to leave the option open to your clients to pay for some more advanced or more customized training with you. And obviously, if you're going to be putting more effort into creating training for them, then you want to be paid appropriately for that. This can be a great opportunity to have a bit of an upsell and get a little bit more value out of the website project for yourself, while also providing a great service to your client and building a better relationship that will last a longer term, and also making sure that they get the most out of their investment that they've made. It's a win-win, win-win, if you will. Now for some action tips. Firstly, what sort of training can you offer? Well, at a basic level, and this is what I do included free in every website that I build, is we install video user manuals. This is a fantastic service that I highly recommend. It's inexpensive, it's kept up to date, it's as simple as adding a plugin to your website and making a few changes, and it covers all of the basics that they're going to need. It comes in 3 different accents, and it also just covers most of the standard plugins that you're probably going to use anyway. However, often there's a few more customized things or some non-standard plugins that are critical to the website that perhaps aren't covered by this sort of basic training. So for these things, you might consider one of a few different options. You can firstly create a simple PDF document for them, add in some screenshots and some basic step-by-step instructions. This is quite an easy option, and it can be great for those people who still use dead slices of tree in their office. But it is a little bit more impersonal. The next option I recommend is to use Loom. The benefit of this tool is it's as simple as clicking on your browser and then waiting for it to record, and then you talk at your computer while using your mouse to show what you're talking about, and then you hit done and it's already uploading in the background. It's saved the link into your clipboard, and you can just press paste in your email and send it off. By the way, this tool is also fantastic for giving feedback to designers. Now, obviously, the next step up that you can take it is to do perhaps a webinar training where you get the live interaction with them, or maybe Skype screen sharing, so you can show them through it as you talk to them and they can ask questions directly. Or you could even, if it's logistically possible, visit them in their office and show them around on their own computer. Of course, the level of that depends on what you're willing to do, what works best for them, and how much they're willing to pay for you, and how much you want to charge for it, those sort of things. So I'm not going to tell you how to do that, but those are some great options that are available. But the main thing is that I think it's important that you give the client the option to have this kind of control over what is a very important asset for their business. And if you can get a little bit of extra money for providing that service, fantastic. It helps out everybody. So today we just covered off why I think it's important to provide that training and a few different ways that you can do that. Make sure you stick around for the next episode, and I'm going to explain why it's a bad idea to sell cheap websites, both for you and for your client. In other news, Kenya just declared gambling illegal throughout the entire country, stating that there are too many cheaters. Researchers found that a single cigarette can reduce your life by up to 2 hours, and a bottle of vodka can reduce it by 3 hours, and the average workday reduces it by 8 hours. A local man was arrested for farting in the Sydney Apple store and stinking out the whole place. He said it was their fault for not having windows.